Welcome. Welcome to Cindy's Sacred Garden. I live in Black Mountain, and we had bears just strolling on through. This is my third take. I didn't get the bears on video. Otherwise, I would have definitely showcased them here. Because, guys, it's amazing. I mean, I'm out here busy working, tending the garden, and boom, my dog starts barking, and I already know. Bears. I had a bear that was scared the other day, and I was cutting down some poison ivy vine areas, and all of a sudden it started running towards me because it was scared of dogs barking, and then it saw me and went and just dead stopped and took off in the opposite direction through the woods. I was a little scared. I'm not gonna lie on that one. So I am gonna retry this and hopefully it'll be quiet and we won't have any more surprises. You're gonna ask, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you. What's that pink stuff on her arm? So as I was telling you about the bear story and it running towards me, and I was in the trimming back the poison ivy, well, it scared me and my whole arm went through it. I got a small amount. It's not big. I just got some calamine on it. So there's a couple bumps there. The best thing to do is to actively treat it right away. Like, I went in, I washed my arm, but it was on my glove. I wasn't thinking about that. And I put it back on my hands, so it was rubbing my leather gloves right here. And I put on my trusty calamine cream. I love this stuff. I love it so much. I really need to keep it year-round because it's amazing, not only for poison ivy, but for bug bites and heat rash and anything that is irritating. So this helps me being out here while the sun was out, and it, you know, I didn't want the sun hitting it. Makes it, for me, it feels like it's just spreading. It's just driving me nuts. And so this takes care of everything. Okay, I plugged that one in, didn't I? So I did a couple of videos on Anise hyssop and how to harvest it, how to start trimming it back so that you don't get leggy plants and it becomes a full bush. Now, why do I want to talk about Anise hyssop? Well, number one, it is a major pollinator in your garden. Pollination creates food for you and me. So you want pollinators in your garden. They bring life. They help pollinate your plants. Out in the woods, native plants like lady slipper wouldn't even survive if it wasn't for the bee getting in to get the pollen to its beautiful orchid and trying to bang its way out, creating the birth and the growth of that lady slipper to continue its life journey. And we need that as well too. So pollinators are number one in my garden. It's also another form for those who don't want to put out, you know, the hummingbird feeders for various reasons. A lot of people here in my area don't because of the bears, and the bears, they like those feeders. Thankfully, I'm lucky. They don't like any hyssop or any of my pollinators. So you can naturally attract birds, hummingbirds, bees, butterflies, beneficial insects by having pollinators in your garden. That's number one. Number two, Anise hyssop is my most favorite nighttime, look at how beautiful she is, nighttime medicinal herb to have in my infusion, my nightly tea, because it helps with inflammation. It also is a digestive aid. And the one thing that I have learned is gut health is most important. I still don't eat all great foods, but I know that by having the anise is really important to me because it's helping my stomach digest my food. It helps with heartburn, GERD, all of those things in the most natural way. It's been used by Native Americans since hyssop has been here. Not only as a digestive, which would be great for kids, by the way, but also for coughs and fever, colds. It is an antibacterial, antifungal. It's like anti-inflammatory. It has so many anti-helpers in it. It's a perennial. So here in 7A, it just keeps coming back, even with that cold, harsh winter we had. But this anise, is particularly one of my favorites, and there's a reason why. Last year I did a video on harvesting it. Just waiting to see if I have to stop this video and do another one to bank up on this one. I'll keep talking. So I did a video, and it was, 4 or 5 feet tall, very big, bushy, tall, beautiful flowers, spikes of this light purple, little tiny flowers that attracted the bees that I enjoyed being with when I harvested anise, and being in their energy. And gosh, it was just, I can't wait for this year. So I kind of showed, like, if you shook it when it went to seed, that the seeds would come out very easily. Well, it did. And then, of course, in the video, which I'm going to try to link here, I also showed how to harvest the seeds into a paper bag so you could replant. That's food security, guys. So just remember that. I don't want to be spending $5 on 4-pack of anise hyssop. I got seeds. It's going to come back. And if it don't, I got seeds to plant. But when I shook this out in the video, in the fall, all these seeds fell right in here. And in the fall months, I put like a really deep layer of leaves. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I put leaves as compost on my garden beds, which also produces lots of worms, and it breaks down. It's really great for your soil. But it covered those seeds, and I got 100 babies. I'm going to be dividing them up, put them all over my property to ask those pollinators to stay, be here, and keep us all alive. So, with that being said, I can't trim back anymore because I already did that in a video, and I'm going to see if I can somehow get that in here without... My Misfit was just barking so much, there's no way I could post that video. So I'm going to redo this again. So I look at this beautiful anise, and you can see that she's kind of got this beautiful purple, dark, almost like a very light red tinge, and this always happens with new leaves. And then she's variegated and just this beautiful shape. You see that? She has a square stem, just like lemon balm, just like peppermint, and other square stems like bee balm. So those are all your pollinators, just right there. The square stems, those are major pollinators. And the smell is of the anise. It is edible. So like if I wanted to right now refresh my mouth, you just take it in. Man, I wish I could share one with you. It's so good. So this is really a wonderful pollinator and edible and medicinal plant that you can have in your garden. Harvesting is pretty easy. I'm going to show you that you don't want leggy plants. You want bushy plants. Otherwise, you'll stop harvesting, and you'll have it done and harvested before even the flowers have emerged or it starts getting woody. And that's when the flavor changes. Trust me, I know, because I did that. So basically, as you would with lemon balm or anything that you would want bushy, if that's what you would choose, is this stem comes up and you trim it down to the size you want, and you can go all the way down, and she'll keep coming up and she'll get bushy. And you trim it above, see that? Those 2 leaves on each side. That will create right here a new stem and new sets of leaves right here. So now it'll bush out instead of being tall and leggy. How then, if you're doing this and you want to go ahead, like I've got my bowl here, this I'm going to be using for my nightly infusions, my herbal teas, is you just take off the leaves like so, and you can use the stem. It has the medicine in it and the same flavor. In fact, I save my stems. So I'll harvest all of this off. I'll dry my stem out. And when I run out in the winter, because I have in the past, this becomes woody. And I will take that stem and break it up. And I will put it into my infusion as a tea, so that I still get the benefits of the Anise. It won't be as strong and impart that really lovely flavor, but it still works. I utilize the whole plant however I can. But this year I'm gonna have plenty of the Anise hyssop. And what I'm gonna do is see if any of my locals are interested here in Black Mountain or the Black Mountain area. I can't ship it, these little babies, but you can come by, just hit me up because I'm willing to share. I have plenty to share, guys. So this is how you would start. You can do fresh and basically a couple leaves. Oh, I'm dropping them. Just a couple leaves. And I like to get with leaves and flowers, I don't like boiling water. So I let my tea kettle get right to the point where it's gonna start boiling, and I turn it off and I pour it over, whether it's in my teapot or just in my cup. So I don't mind having herbs in my teacup or a tea ball or whatever you use. I pour my water over and only let it steep for 5 minutes. 5 to 7. I wouldn't go no more than 7. You have just imparted all the flavor you need into your tea, nightly tea, to help with your digestive or inflammation in your body. And the best part is Anise is a great blender, just like lemon balm. So you can do Anise with your lemon, your peppermint, your lemon verbena, your chamomile, your calendula flowers, mullein. I mean, it's just a lovely flavor enhancement to a lot of other herbs. Like I was mentioning, like calendula doesn't have much flavor, or mullein doesn't either. It imparts a very lovely flavor then into the tea. It is great for children as well too. My grandchildren love having tea that has the Anise in it, and I love serving it to them. But the other part is dried. So you don't want to harvest these leaves when it's wet. The leaves are wet after it rained or when dew's still on it. You want to wait for, it to dry. It doesn't matter if it's in the morning or late at night. It's just up to you when you're ready to harvest. And then you would lay it out on a towel. Just let it dry for a day or two and put it into a paper bag. Very simple. It'll dry within a week or two. And you just shake the bag. And I don't like breaking up all my plant medicine. I kind of like it more whole. It tends to just really keep its medicinal properties and the medicine in it than all, scrunched up and little fine and very small. That will break down faster. And so usually something like this will last a year in your apothecary. And then after that, it will start losing its medicinal benefits. You can still drink it though. It just won't be as powerful as what you were used to when you first started drinking it. So this is Anise hyssop, guys. Like I said, great pollinator. Amazing to have in garden. Beautiful for back borders, front borders. It's just amazing pollinator. But the medicine that it provides for you is also amazing. as an edible and as medicine. Try it as in your salad. It's delicious. It just a wonderful flavor. All right, everyone, we made it. The bear didn't come back up. Miss Bit is watching me, and she has behaved. I'm so proud of her for that, for allowing me to continue this video. All right, everyone. Oh, I wanted to say that after, because I have so many, watch for fall. I'll probably be adding this Anise hyssop into our Sweet Moon Dreams tea, because of it does have a sedative effect, so it makes sense to pair it at end of day or in a nighttime tea. So, all right, everyone, stay tuned. Thank you.